do this. Oh, yeah, see? Boom! Oh my god, man, I am the Dragon Whisperer. I don't care what anyone says out there, man. I am, like, look at this. This is success right here. I'm getting her to come to the water dish and drink on her own. What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, I wanted to continue the series of Miracle's growth. Now we are on week 14, which I still find kind of amazing that the weeks are going by so fast. And this happens to be one of my favorite videos to record, as I do like taking care of Miracle and helping her in any way that I possibly can. But I feel like every good series needs some sort of jingle or something. Like this series feels like it's missing something. Oh. This song is dedicated to my baby girl Miracle. Oh, my baby girl Miracle. Oh. This song is dedicated to my baby girl Miracle. You already know, girl, I'm trying to raise you up to be a really good bearded dragon. Ooh, what was that? Was that a notification? Yeah, that's right. You better hit that notification button for me, baby. Oh. Yes. See, I knew this thing was missing something. See, look, watch. Let's start all over. What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video of... This song is dedicated, baby, like, to my baby girl Miracle. Like this honestly needed some sort of jingle. Really good bearded dragon. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just being silly. But on a real note, I'm really excited for this video, as you know, I do like assisting Miracle in this journey. I really want to thank everyone out there who commented in the last video. I posted the video up. Still not sure of like how you guys would have responded and everything, because at the end of the day, I don't like things happening to my dragon. I posted a video of basically her tail being a little bit you know, deformed and not, you know, upright and everything, and you guys honestly just sent so much positivity. You guys were reaching out to me on Instagram, you guys were messaging in the comment section. You know, a few of you were still concerned that she's, you know, still small for being 14 weeks old, or at that time 13 weeks old. But like I was trying to explain in that video, she did come from a clutch of moldy eggs, so I am needing to, you know, assist her. She's having a really rough start, and I'm starting to notice it as the weeks go by, because she's not growing. You know, I'm feeding her and she's not growing. But in today's video, you know, aside from all of that, I want to make it more of a I guess positive, I'm using my fingers like this, positive video, and talk to you guys about just a couple things and still help you who own a baby bearded dragon, especially one that might need a little bit more assistance. So in today's video, I am going to be covering the topic of why you shouldn't feed your bearded dragons mealworms. Now, this is a topic that is a little bit, you know, everyone has their opinion on it. As you hear my chinchillas just drinking away at the background. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So this happens to be a topic that everyone kind of has their opinion on, of you know, what you should and shouldn't do. So I'm just gonna throw mine out there, and you guys could base it off your own experiences and everything. Where are you going, Miracle? Come back. Whoa, dude. But basically, when it comes to feeding a bearded dragon, you know, insects are very important, especially for a dragon of this age. Now, I like giving Miracle, as you see in some of my videos, different varieties, but the one thing I haven't been giving her is mealworms. You know, there's nothing really wrong 100% with mealworms, but what I've, you know, noticed with my bearded dragons is the fact that mealworms do cause a little bit of, you know, complications when it comes to them digesting it. So when it comes to mealworms, there's still that mixed debate on whether or not you should feed your bearded dragon. You have some people that would say that it's okay, and you have the other ones that would say it's absolutely not. Now, I sit sort of in the middle. when it comes to mealworms. I personally don't like feeding my dragons mealworms of any size really, but when it comes to this, you know, you really have to take into account what a mealworm basically looks like. So when it comes to mealworms, they basically look like this. You can see, oh my goodness, this probably wasn't the best idea. You can see Miracle's shadow at the background. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's look for a different spot. Okay, so this right here is a mealworm. Now, majority of us already know what this looks like, especially if you own reptiles for a very, you know, a good while. But for anyone out there who doesn't know, this is what it looks like. It's basically a very small, you know, version of a superworm or very small worm. This is how big as they get. Then from here, they turn into a beetle. But, you know, I'll make a separate video maybe on that. But basically, this right here is a very common thing that I see being fed to baby bearded dragons. Now, personally, I don't like feeding these to baby bearded dragons because they have a very hard exoskeleton. So, as you could see, if I could maybe bring it up closer. So as you could see, it's a very hard, you know, worm. Now, when it comes to feeding a baby bearded dragon, they have a very short intestinal tract, which basically means if you feed something like this that is, you know, very hard to digest, they can easily become impacted and food bound and actually, you know, die from that because they can't, you know, process the food properly, and it just basically becomes, you know, impacted in there, and it's, you know, it's not good for any reptile, even humans. You know, if you're constipated, hey, like, you already know that feeling. Like, if you know, you know. But with that being said, you don't want to be feeding your reptiles, or especially a baby bearded dragon, something of this nature. You know, there's other insects out there like crickets, you know, there's butterworms, there's waxworms, there's so many other things that you could also be feeding, like dubia roaches. You know, the list could go on. So when it comes to feeding your baby bearded dragon, you know, stay away from mealworms, just to be on the safe side. Yes, as you could see, if I put it out there, she goes crazy for it. And I know some people out there that would basically say that, you know, my bearded dragon just does not eat crickets, does not eat anything, but for some reason when I put mealworms in there, they eat it. Trust me, I know. You know, I've been there. I've done sort of the mistake of feeding, you know, my bearded dragons, you know, way in the past, before anyone could, you know, I knew better, mealworms. And basically when, you know, they would, you know, pass it through, you'll still see little tiny chunks of basically mealworms in there, which, you know, tells you that they're not fully digesting it properly. So you want it to be nice and clean, you know, and nice and easy for them to digest. So I would stay away from, you know, mealworms and feed them something different, like, you know, crickets and other things. At the same time, a mealworm doesn't have that much nutrition value to a dragon. You know, it's mostly just exoskeleton and a little tiny bit of nutrition, I guess, inside. And yes, you could gut load them and make them very nutritional and everything, but it's just that exoskeleton, for some reason, the bearded dragons just cannot digest it properly, and, you know, it could cause more harm than good to your dragon. Now, I want to put a quick disclaimer out there, as I know that some keepers already feed their bearded dragons mealworms. You know, mealworms are not, you know, horrible. They're not going to automatically kill your bearded dragon, or they might not even do any harm to them. You know, for me, I personally like feeding my bearded dragons something a little bit more on the safer route when it comes to it. What I've noticed is that, you know, mealworms don't have that much nutrients compared to, let's say, a cricket and a dubia roach. And they also have a really hard exoskeleton, which may cause them impaction. That is the key word. They may. So, you know, you could be feeding your bearded dragons worms, you know, throughout its whole life, and it never has a problem. But for me, I much rather play it safe and feed it things that have a little bit more nutrients, as well as are a little bit more on the safer side, in case the bearded dragon, you know, for whatever reason, its intestine can't handle it. So, you know, every bearded dragon is different. Some bearded dragons could, you know, consume anything and be fine, and then some others are really, you know, you have to be very selective of what you feed it. Like for instance, Miracle, the fact that she came and she's having a rough start already, giving her something that's tough to digest is really not going to do anything good for her, but more harm than good, because she's already having a hard time, you know, growing to be a bigger bearded dragon of her age. So imagine me giving her something harder to digest. It's gonna, you know, maybe slow her down, or she might not want to eat as often. So like I said, each bearded dragon is different. It's just like us humans. Some of us have a faster metabolism, others have a very slow metabolism. You know, some might not even have to watch what they eat, and others might have, you know, trouble, you know, when it comes to, you know, what they eat or anything. But the same thing goes for animals. You know, they might have a faster metabolism. Not all bearded dragons are the same, but at the end of the day, it's all about making your bearded dragon happy. If your bearded dragon only wants to eat mealworms for whatever reason, and you tried switching it over and everything that you possibly could, I'd much rather your bearded dragon eats food and eat something than basically starve and not eat anything. So, you know, as keepers, we just need to provide the best thing that we possibly can to our dragons. And if that means giving it mealworms, you know, just be a little bit more cautious and, you know, play it safe. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, as long as your bearded dragon is healthy. But let me know in the comment sections down below what you feed your bearded dragon. That way I have a rough idea of what my audience basically gives their bearded dragon, and I can maybe make videos related to that. But quick disclaimer is out now. Right now, Miracle is just giving me that look like, okay, be quiet. What do you want from my life? What do you want from my life? And I think, you know, just based off of how she's behaving, I think she's thirsty. So let me see if my bearded dragon instincts are right. Oh yeah, see, I know you, girl. I know you. So yeah, she's thirsty. So what I'm gonna do right now is, again, the practice that I've been doing in the other videos is basically fill up her water dish like so. So she knows that there's water in the water dish. She also knows that I just gave her water, so she's like, yes, yes, she's licking her lips and everything. But bearded dragons don't have lips. Why do I always say that? But right now what I'm gonna do is just gonna go there and just do droplets. So hopefully she runs over. If she doesn't, at least I am still doing this practice. I think I gave her a little bit too much water to begin with, so she's not gonna do it exactly, but you more or less get the point of what you should be doing if your bearded dragon wants to drink. If you want your bearded dragon to drink from the water dish, you kind of have to, you know, do this. Oh yeah, see, boom. Oh my god, man, I am the dragon whisperer. I don't care what anyone says out there, man. I am, like, look at this. This is success right here. I'm getting her to come to the water dish and drink on her own. Even though she looks a little bit weird while she's drinking. She's looking at me like, shut up. Like, be quiet. But yeah, like, you see that? Like, that's exactly what you want to be doing. Get your bearded dragon accustomed to the water dish by doing this. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have her, you know, trained drinking on her own in no time. Look at her face. She's like, what are you doing? But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying, you know, these videos and learning a thing or two, because at the end of the day, it's just repetitive, you know, sort of things that you have to do with them. Like you saw, she literally ran to the water. So it's always a good feeling knowing that these training things, and no one taught me this. I taught myself this. I invented this. Like, if you see anyone else doing this, just say, hey, you're copying Lord of the Lion, because I literally invented this. No one was like, hey, this is how you train a dragon. No, I did this. So I don't know, I just find it kind of cool that throughout the years I was able to learn certain behaviors from bearded dragons. So I know that they like movement, and the only way that you could get them to come to you is sort of to do things that move, basically, and water being one of them. If they're thirsty, they're gonna come to it regardless. So now she kind of has that, you know, imprinted in her head, I guess, that, hey, there's water here. If I'm ever thirsty, at least I could come to this corner. And if I keep doing this for the next, I don't know, next year, trust me, she is gonna know that there's water in this corner. Even though I'm not gonna have this exact same enclosure for, a year, but I'll always have a water dish in the corner. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two. Where are you going? So hopefully you guys enjoyed oh my god, why you keep running away? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two. Like I said, I'm going to continue this series as she grows. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm going to be posting other videos as well as, on this channel. So I'm putting in the effort. So all you guys have to do is just subscribe and hit that notification bell button. It'll mean a lot. So with that being said, I'm Lord the Lion. This is Miracle. Keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace. This song is dedicated to my baby girl Miracle. You already know, girl, I'm trying to raise you up to be a really good bearded dragon. Ooh, what was that? Was that a notification? Yeah, that's right. You better hit that notification button for me, baby.